Hello friends, welcome to FoxuTech. So today we're gonna see the next another interesting topic, which is nothing but how to deploy a Azure Container Registry image to the Kubernetes. So we all know, like most of you may be worked, but few may not still doesn't aware it. So we're gonna try that. So in this tutorial, so we're gonna set up. We're gonna see what is Azure Container Registry and what are the feature it has, and also how we can deploy the image, pull the image from the registry and deploy it on the Kubernetes. So we're gonna create some sample app. So let's say like a sample pod, and also we can see it like we can try to deploy it using Argo CD also, right? So yeah, let's jump into that. So first thing, like what is Azure Container Registry? It's nothing but like another registry to store your Docker images. So like you can use either a Docker Hub. So that is a very famous, most of the people are using, and that is open source. But the recent change what they made, there is some limitations. If you are using open source and so there is some number of in times how many images you can pull. So there is some limitation they have implemented last year, right? So those kind of things, it's making issue to the large organizations, and also it's in open source, right? So people are little hesitate to go with that, and they always look for the internal or private registries. So Azure Container Registry is the one another private registry, as like Artifactory if you used, or if you are using ECR, Elastic Container Registry from AWS, or GCR from Google, or as like that, Azure is providing Azure ACR here, right? So what Azure is give the additional features. So within Azure ecosystem, you can use this ACR very easily. Even though outside it's easy, just exposing to the username and password you can use, but there is some straightforward integrations available, and that will help you to do whatever the automation within Azure cloud, right? And other than that, so there is additional features also provided based on the service tier what you are picking for the registry. So there is a three tiers: basic, standard, and premium. So basic and standard pretty much same, but the premium has additional features. So what is additional feature it has? One of the important feature is nothing but automated image builds. There is a tasks inbuilt that, and you can use that and you can utilize this feature, right? And also it can replicate to the multiple regions. You can enable the multiple region replication also. And security wise, you can integrate with Azure AD, so which is simple. So that is another interesting thing. Or if you want to have like some signing the images, which should be like more secure to the Docker images. So in that case also this ACR is provides. And next thing is like it's not only stores the Docker image, in additional it's also stores Helm charts and built-in initiate images format, right? So these are the feature it provides. So let's jump in. So what we're going to see, right? So by default there is AKS cluster or any cluster, right? So let's not only focus AKS here. So let's say like there is any cluster, Kubernetes cluster available either in Azure or either in Google Cloud, or either in your on-premises, or even you may set up your customized cluster on your VMs, right? Anything you can do. And one another thing, the images will be stored on ACR, and we have to pull it, right? So one additional thing you should know, if you are using AKS, there is an option called attach to the AKS and the ACR. So with that, you don't need to pass any kind of credentials. So there it will be authenticated using backend principles. Okay, so that you can make use of it. In case if you are not using any such a feature, then we have to use a credential options, right? So we're gonna see this second scenario. We are not going to see the attach, but this article will explain you what you can do, right? How you can do that. So let's see that. So before that, you should have a registry already. If you don't have, you can use Microsoft official document. If you like UI, you can go with the UI option. Or if you like Azure CLI much, so there is even both the options are available. In case you are out of box, you want to use Terraform. So this is a code snippet for you. So just change the name and what is the resource name and your resource group name, location. And if you want to explore the premium, go with the premium. As I'm created with the standard, so I just edit standard. Do you want to enable the admin user? Yes. So with that, we're gonna log in as we have authentication requirement, and which environment you are using. It's always tagging is preferable any environment or any cloud environment. So tagging is one of the key important things. So let's jump into that. So let's assume like you have already created, or with this you can create the ACR, right? So let's see that ACR how it's look like. So this is a container registry and this is how it's look like whenever you log in. So this will have a name and this will have how much usage you are consuming. So initially it has 100 GB as I'm using standard. There will be a different maybe if I use premium, right? And all other details are here and this will be my server name. So I have a FoxuTech is my name. And additionally, there is a suffix added Azure CR, Azure CR.io, right? With that, I can log in, right? And if I want, how I can log in? So I need a username and password. Where I can pull that? So for pulling a username password, you need to go access keys, and in that you can see your username and password. As I enable this, I can see this detail by default. In case if you are not enabled this, you can enable it on the UI also, and with that you can see your name and password. There will be two passwords, either one you can use it, right? So rest all the things are this, and let's say like repositories, if you want to see where all the images I have. So currently there is no images as it's just created. So if you want to use, let's see that, right? So we're gonna do some example here. So with that example, what we're gonna do, we're gonna pull some public image, and that image we're gonna tag it with this container registry. As I don't have any Docker file at this moment, so pretty much same. If you have a Docker file and you want to build, so it will be a same. So as I don't have, I'm gonna follow this, but you guys, you can build it and you can just try it out, right? So let's jump into that. In a second, I'm logging into my machine. This is my machine, right? So let me check what are the images I have, and let's say like let's take a Nginx image. So already I think I have Nginx image. I'm gonna delete this first. So to delete the Docker image, Docker RMI, sorry, set. So there is -f I should clear, and that will be deleting it. So now let's check the images. So you should see there is no Nginx at this moment. All right, so let's pull the doc Nginx image. Pull Nginx. So it should be quicker. Right. So Nginx's image is pulled. So let's check the image and let's pull the image ID. So I'm gonna grab it. So I don't want to see all the images. So now we have done the image, and this is the image ID, right? So let's tag it. So Docker tag image ID and my server name. I'm gonna just copy it from this portal itself. And I'm gonna say the image is Nginx : and I'm gonna say latest. Okay, so I have tagged it. So now we have to log in. So to log into the container registry, we have to use a server. So this is my server authenticating. So existing user is FoxuTech, and I need a password. So I'm going again access keys and I'm copying the password. I'm pasting it. Okay, so login is succeeded. So now let's see, we can push the image, Docker push, and this is my image name, and I'm pushing it. So let it push. So if you are integrating with any of your CI systems, so you can just tag it, and with automatic, if you're using a Jenkins and Groovy script, you can use a Groovy script. Bamboo, you can use some secrets, and you can use that. Right. So as we have pushed the image, let's go to the repositories and see that image is present here or not. So the image will be Nginx. So this is the image we have pushed, and this is the tag we used. So you can see the time, everything. Right. So there is only one is available. So I'm closing this, and we're gonna use this image, and we're gonna create the. We're gonna pull it on the pod, right? So before we do that, what we have to do? We have to create a secret. Otherwise, it will say like the image is not authenticated or it's not able to pull, right? So what I'm going to do, right? So let's see, let's create the secret. So how we can create the secret? So we can create secret with using two way. One is like you can use a CLI, or if you want to use something like a manifest, you can even use the manifest. So let's see one by one. So let's assume you want to use a CLI option, and this is a CLI, right? So let's copy this, and let's copy to another notepad, as we have to modify a little. And this is my notepad, right? So name, I'm not going to change, let it be ACR secret, and I'm going to see, put it on, I'm going to put it on this namespace, Argo CD motorspace. So let me confirm it. So do we have that namespace? Namespaces. Perfect. So we have a namespace, and this is the namespace. And what is my server? FoxuTech Azure my work. So let's confirm it. We go to FoxuTech. So this is the one, right? And what is the username and password? So let's go to the access key again. Let's grab the new password. So I'm putting a new password, and username is FoxuTech. I'm not going to touch anything. Right. So now we are ready to create the secret. So with this, we should be able to create the secret. Okay, already it exists. I'm gonna say this is should be. I'm gonna change to 1. Right. So the name is exist. I'm using a different name. Okay. So this is what secret created. So let's see the secret. To check the secret, you have to run Argo CD secret. If you are using any namespace, you have to see it on the particular namespace. So this is the one we have created 20 seconds before. Perfect. So now what we can do, so this is the one we have created, right? So let's see, like let's create some pod. So for creating a pod, let's go to examples. Argo CCR, and wanna say ACR sample, and in that, so what is our secret? We have to change. Okay, so the image I'm using FoxuTech is here, and I'm just putting a demo app. So let's say like a not demo app. Let's put ACR app, and the namespace we're gonna put it on CD. Okay. If you have secret is in different namespace and you're trying on this particular namespace, it will be a risk for you. So please be careful. And so now the image is ready, and we are going to say if the images not exist. So let's pull. So let's change this to always to make sure it's pulling correctly, right? So always, and the secret name. So what is our secret name we have created? Replace that. This is the one we have created, right? The name is ACR app. So I'm gonna save this, and let's apply this. Apply one here ACR sample. Okay. So now we're gonna see that pod -n. Again, we created on particular namespace, so we are pulling from the particular namespace. So what is the application name? So this is the application name, ACR app, and its status is running. So to verify this is the correct image, so for that we can say describe PO is a pod and pod name and -n Argo CD Motoskia, right? So you can see this here, right? So this is the image we have used, and this is the SHA ID. So let's check that. Is there any way we can check the SHA number? So I'm going to search for the SHA number. You can see this here, right? So we are using a correct SHA value. So to make sure this is the correct image we are using, right? This is how we have pushed, and this is the correct tag we are using. Everything is perfect. This is the IP and running and Motoskia, and we gonna see that secret, right? Secret also we have mounted it. Cool. So we have created the secret via CLI, and it worked. We have seen. So let's take another example. So let's nothing but we have to create a secret using manifest, right? So for that, if you are just declaring as a values like as we given here, their name is like a repository name or the username and password. If you pass like this, it won't be taken in the Kubernetes, as you guys know already. So we should use always base 64 number. How we can create the base 64 value for any ID? So let me put a sample. So echo sample. Here you can replace with your value. Okay, so already I have, so let me create it again. So let's create it. Closing this, and I'm going to my repository name. So this is my repository name, echo repository name wrap base 64, and it's going to give me the value. So now for my username also I should change. So I'm giving a username called FoxuTech, and I'm converting. Next, my password also should be converted to base 64. Again, I'm copying from the portal. Anywhere, either one you can pick, using a second one, and this is my values. So with that, I should create a manifest, right? So let's copy this and put it on notepad. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna just change the values, whatever it's here, right? So as we generated newly, so existing value should not change, but some case. Right, so this is my base 64, and I'm gonna put it here. Right, so this I'm going to name it as secret A8s. I'm gonna name it. Okay, so you can see the kind is secret and version is v1, the API version. And this time we are not going to create the different Argo CD namespace. I'm going to create on the default namespace. Okay, so to see the difference again, so let's see that. And I should have a file. Okay, secret.yaml, and in this paste. So these values are correct, and I'm going to apply now. kubectl apply -f secrets. Perfect. So you can see the secret is created. kubectl get secrets. I'm using a default, so this time I don't need to mention my namespace in the command line. So this is the secret we have created 9 seconds before. So now what we're gonna do? So let's copy this name, and I'm gonna open this Azure sample file. Right. So in this, I'm going to change the secret name. So as we have changed, I'm going to change the secret name and the same image name, same image. And this time I'm going to use default or manifest first. And the namespace should be default. See, if you are using a different namespace here, it would be throw error like the secret is not found. So always make sure that secret, wherever the secret is there you are deploying, or wherever you are deploying, you have to create the secret. It's vice versa. Okay. So the file is ready now. kubectl apply ACR sample, and ACR or app manifest is ready. So let's check kubectl get pods. So manifest is ready. So let's describe it. Vivo, the name. Perfect. So you can see this here, and let's verify again. So the value we can try here. How we can check? Go to the repositories, go to the image, go to the particular version, then search for the value and match it. Okay. So you can see wherever the values are present, right? So that's how you can do it, even if you are using any kind of a cluster. If you are using ACS, AKS or EKS or any kind of clusters, you can use this way and you have to use it. So let's say like you want to use it via Kubernetes, right? So what we have to do, so I'm gonna remove this, I'm gonna push this file, git add ACR sample. And let me change one thing before. I'm going to delete this namespace value, and the rest all I'm going to keep it same. Okay, so I'm not going to give anything. So git add I'm going to push only this file, git push, git commit -m ACR demo app. So let me push this to my repository to try with the Argo CD GitOps method, right? So that is important for us. So with the GitOps, we're gonna try this method. So we'll see if that is also works fine, right? So Argo CD has the dark point, like the secret has to be maintained very different ways. Okay, so why? Because so it doesn't have any default secret management. You have to use any kind of a plugins, or that is a different suggested method, secret management. So seal the secret, or secret operator, or vault, or bank vault, or helm secrets, or you want to use customize, or KSOPS, Azure Vault, Argo CD Vault plugin, or Vault Replacer. So there is a number of options they have. So they by default, if you want anything, so you can use. Or what else? What you have to do? So you have to create a secret as we created, and you have to keep it on that, and then you have to log into your particular names. You have to deploy your application on particular namespace. So there is my repo conflict I have, so I don't want to spend time on that. I'll do one thing. So I am going to create a file directly. So let's see, ACR and sample dot YAML and where is my file? This is my file, and let's see that. Right, so this is my sample file, and this is the thing I'm gonna do commit. So I have committed, this is my path, right? So let me get my kubectl get svc -m argo cd. So let me log into my Argo CD instance. Right, so this is my Argo CD instance IP. And they should have a username and password. It's taking a little long. So yeah, so regards secrets, if you are using Argo CD, if you are using a different method, please post us which is your preferable way and why you choose that. So let everyone knows. If you have any better recommendation, you can put it on the comment, so let our users can see that and make use of it. So otherwise, there is little hard side we have to think about it, right? Okay, so we'll see that in future one by one post. We can see which is the best and we can give some demos, but currently we can go with this. So create application. So I'm gonna say sample is ACR. The project is default, no nothing. So I don't have a repository yet. I should add it first. So I'm gonna add the repository. For that, get the URL, go to the repositories, default URL, FoxuTech, my password. You can use it as a credential template, but I'm not using, so as it's a temporary one. One second, this is some issues in this version. Right, so my repository is ready. Now I'm able to create the app. So let me create app sample ACR default manual, and my repository is this, and my path is, so my path should be Argo CD ACR is a repository, right? So Argo CD / ACR, this is my path. Destination cluster same. Let me put this time, I'm gonna put it on. Let me put it on. So default, right? So yeah, let me put it on default first. See that. So let's create the app, and you can see it's in out of sync. Obviously it will be. So I'm going to sync it. So let's see that. Okay, so our file is ready, and let's see the image source. So okay, so it's used ACR image, and you can refer it even further. Okay, so this is my mission details, and this is my image. SHA value is here, and we can compare it. Right. So yeah, that's it, guys. So hope this is helpful. Please try, and please don't forget to share which secret method you are using and why. Let's others also can you make use of it. Otherwise we're gonna see some other multiple videos about this going forward. We're gonna experiment one secret, and based on that you guys can pick one best thing and you can make use of it in your environment. Thank you. Bye bye. Tata. Take care. Keep learning. And if you want the, sorry, I forgot. So if you are like to read it rather watching, so this is a page I'll be adding on the description. So you can read this, try this page, and you can explore it. And also we have covered little more topic on Argo CD and also Kubernetes troubleshooting and some advanced topic going. It's in the lineup. So you can follow it on the blog and you can support us. Thank you. That's it for now. Bye bye.